Hey YouTube, it's about 6:45 in the morning and I'm here at my storage shed slash shop, and as you can tell I've removed some parts. The last couple weeks since I filmed the last video, I've actually done quite a bit of work, mostly by myself actually, and kind of gonna give you guys an update on this right here. I actually have made a decision that all the E4OD videos I have filmed for the last several months, I'm going to take completely down because there is a lot of misinformation in there, and I don't want to put that information out for everybody to see. So everything, even the stuff that I have posted, is coming down. All right, and I will eventually get around to doing another series of E4OD videos to put up and hopefully be able to put the transmission together right. Yes, I admit I put it together wrong and I don't want that information going out. So with a little bit of light, what I can show you right now is on Resurrection. That's the driver's side fender. That's the hood. That's my brother. And I got the right side fender almost all the way off.
Can we remove it? Yes, we can.
I'm held up by one bolt down inside there. Really kind of difficult to see.
You can't get to it, but I can.
It's kind of possible to get to it from in here. If we can kind of see it, it's way down in there. You gotta. Easiest way I found to get to it is to get to it from opening the passenger door and going through the lower hinge to get to it, but trust me, we'll get it out. Now the driver's side fender don't have that bolt holding it in. I was able to get it off just fine without being hung up on anything, but it's all unbolted from the whole rest of the vehicle and ready to come off once we get that one bolt off. I obviously have the bumper and the lower valence off of it, and that's pretty much what it looks like. And my dumbass, when trying to remove the left fender here, was turning the steering wheel without the engine running and caused my power steering pump to leak all over the ground. But I got it contained. So, word of advice, don't try to dry steer your system like that. So if you're gonna do that, drain your power steering system or have the engine running, or you will end up overflowing your reservoir. So I hope I didn't damage the power steering pump. If I did, and you guys know anything about these types of power steering systems and stuff, let me know if I possibly damaged the pump and reservoir or not. If not, I'll just top back off and go along my way once the truck's ready to get to that stage. But remove the headlights.
Here's another idea. You want to avoid damage to your power steering pump and avoid making a mess on the floor?
Drain it.
Don't turn the wheel.
Kind of had to turn the wheel just to get to that stuff because I don't have a jack to take the wheels off, or else I would have taken the wheels off.
Taking these fenders off, you shouldn't have to take even the tires off.
Well, I just made it easier to turn the wheel just so I can get access to these, better access to these fasteners holding the inner fender well to the fender. I do not have any videos of the teardown of this stage yet, as I'm just using my camera phone right now, the video recorder on my phone right now, and it just doesn't take great video. It really doesn't. I want to get a better camera and a tripod or something I can set it up on so I can actually show you guys this work. By the time we get ready to do reassembly, because I'm still kind of unsure on a few things, like I want to eventually remove this radiator support, this core support here, and I want to take it back to my brother's house and actually, you know, do some rust repair on it. And I mean, it's not cancerous rust, just surface rust, but I'd like to take care of that and put some rust preventative on it and some paint, you know, and something neutral to kind of match the new fenders and stuff that I got that are green and white and not maroon. So that's just kind of the stuff I want to do, because I am going to be taking the cowl cover right there that the windshield wiper linkage is sitting under. I want to take that off and do the same thing as well. So I'm really debating on whether I want to take the support off or not, because, you know, I got to drain the radiator and all that stuff. And there's other work I want to do. I do want to change the water pump. It's not bad, but it's heavily rusted. And it's something I do want to change and have something fresh on there. And removing the radiator and the core support would definitely give me access to be able to do that. So again, I'm just debating on that for now, whether it's something I want to do or not. Plus, not to mention, my brother, we got another smog pump from a salvage yard, to which this one, it has, but it's not hooked up. You look down there, you can see the smog pump right there, but there's no pulley on it, and it's got a shorter belt to it. So we're going to take this short belt off, get a longer belt, and we're going to put the new smog pump on, and having the core support and the radiator out of the way would definitely help us out on getting that put in as well.
I wouldn't know that firsthand. I'm the one that pulled the replacement smog pump.
Yeah.
Off the same year truck.
Yeah. We actually had one of our local salvage yards, we got a couple around here. We actually found a same year, this is 1990, found a 1990 maroon, identical to this one, single cab long bed, F250, completely identical to this, even with the 460, and the only thing different about it was that one had an automatic, where mine's got a standard in it. And so that's kind of what I'm...
Speaking only of gear trains, get the camera back over here.
What?
By the way, this is for all you Chevy driving retards out there. We drove this thing at over 50 miles an hour, 10 miles, with no fluid in the rear differential and on a pair of bad drive shafts. I'd like to see a Chevy do that.
Yeah, when we, 2 days after we pulled it in here, we were under here and inspecting it, and that's when we discovered it had some leaks, and just doing a bit of an undercarriage inspection, which I will actually get up under there and show you later on, probably in a couple upcoming videos or so, and actually show the extent of the damage that was done. Because granted, when Goombie here brought the truck to me from his employer, he brought it to me on a wrecker, flatbed wrecker. And the only movement this thing had was driving from my front yard into my backyard, approximately 100 yards, and that was it, and only did it a couple of times. So, and I haven't gotten under here to bother to check the fluid because it's sat, because I had the Bronco to do, and I had a very selfish in-laws that would not let me have a fucking life. Sorry. So, yeah, I haven't done anything. I've had this since December of last year, which is December of 2015. It is now the end of June. All right, and I am now starting to work on it. So I've had it over 6 freaking months and haven't fucking touched it, and I got pissed. Now that I'm getting a divorce from that bitch, yes, I'm now able to work on it. As a matter of fact, if you look there, that dashboard and all those and a lot of these that right there, the dashboard and a few other pieces actually came out of an identical looking truck to this one. Not with the rust and all that. Just, it was maroon. It was a single cab, same year, but identical truck, identical interior, other than it had an automatic in it.
And the rest of this pretty much came out of an 88.
Yeah, so this is parts between an identical 90 era truck and an 88, but they'll all work. And we will have videos showing you how to install this whole bed full of parts, not the tools, the parts. All right. We got a whole lot of parts here we've pulled over the last 6 months for this truck, and yes, I will have videos to show you how to put them on. That is going to be the pinnacle part of it. All right. As for this lower valence right here, that I'm also going to be taking back. That's going to be done, have some repair work done to it, and have some rust preventative and some primer put on it.
By the way, when he actually said that he hasn't been able to do a damn thing with it up until now since he got it, that's kind of not true. We did at least replace the tailgate.
Yeah, and we did replace the tailgate, but that's about it. I mean, any other real major work that needs to be done to it, I haven't been able to do because of my selfish in-laws. They would not let me have a life, would not let me have nothing. So now that I'm away from those jackasses, yeah, I'm able to get some work done. It's not the most ideal environment that I'm in, being in a storage shed, but I can at least get this done. I can start working on this. I can get this on the road because I have no transportation right now. All right, and it looks like we got some spiders making a nest in my parts. But yes, as you see, my doors are two-tone green and white. My hood's green. My fenders are the same paint scheme as you can see on the doors. Kind of give you an idea what my fenders look like, my new ones. And I got a mixture of tools and other things back here. But yeah, I got a lot of parts back here that we are actually going to pull out probably on my next video, which will come up in a few days, to show you guys what all we have. I got a new muffler for the exhaust right there. Originally that was slated to go on the Bronco, but since my in-laws and my wife had to be complete hags, I decided to screw them over and take that because I bought it, so it's going on my truck. I ain't giving them a $100 muffler, sorry. But my next video, actually, the actual next work video, I should say, is what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my headlight buckets back to the house because my brother just took my headlight restoration kit and all that. And I'm going to actually show you guys how to restore headlights. One thing I will, I'll go over that in the video on some of the procedures on what you do and with the lights being still attached to the vehicle. And it looks like my phone's not wanting to focus here. One of the reasons why I want a better camera. Any of you guys out there got any ideas for a cheap starter digital video camera? Let me know where I could buy it. Approximate prices would be nice because, again, I'm just starting to get into the whole YouTubing thing and making videos and stuff. And I really want to get a good starter camera for a decent price. Only maybe a couple $100. And anything more than roughly $250 would probably be too buku expensive for me at this point. So if you can find something, if you guys got any recommendations out there, that would be nice. On what would be good for a good starter camera. But yeah, like I said, I got tools. I got my welder, I got my grinder, Chris's transmission jack. I did have actually both my toolboxes back here. Now they're at the front, and there's the tubes to the smog pump and fan shroud and all that stuff. I got tools. Yeah, we got all sorts of stuff. I got some fog lights right there, and my fuel filter, and my gloves, and a bunch of other stuff piled right here. There's the door panels to both the doors. I think the last update video I did on the truck. This is what the interior looks like. I haven't really done much with it, but the headliner's toast, and that door panel's been stripped for about 5 months now. I think we started stripping that back in January and never got around to fixing it. Never got around to finishing it. But there's Chris trying to use the braille system to open the door because you can only open it from the inside.
Yeah, we discovered that all the linkage for the external door handle isn't connected.
Yeah,
in fact,
so
it's not there.
Yeah, so we gotta open that door, and that again, all that's coming off. And then I started stripping this door as well. This one is almost in the same condition, other than the windows down, and all the internals on this door and all the internals on that door are gonna be put in those doors because those doors are manual crank, and this has electric windows. So I'm gonna be converting those doors over to electric windows, which is not that hard to do, and then this whole dashboard's going to be coming out and being replaced with the one in the back. I got a new turn signal switch that's going to go in here because half my hazards like to work. I got to fuck with the switch just to get all 4 of them to work, and that's a safety problem. I got a new wiring clip for the headlights here because his employer that originally owned the truck before me did a real shitty job on the wiring.
And we're finding more shitty wiring.
Yeah, so we're going to be having some series of electrical repair videos on this as well. And the junkyard I pulled the dash from was kind enough to actually give me a new windshield wiper intermediate governor that give me my intermittent wipers for free because it's still bolted to the dash. So this seat, the frame's toast, it's rusted, and this seat's gone. I ain't redoing this seat for any reason. I'm gonna go get a better one from a salvage yard. So this seat's eventually gonna go bye-bye as well. We're gonna rip this old nasty ass carpet out, and that's gonna go bye-bye. That headliner right here is going bye-bye. So yeah, we're actually gonna gut this interior and completely redo it. This solid rear window is going bye-bye. The front windshield, I'm actually going to make an attempt to pop that out without breaking it myself and cleaning up the window channel and resealing it. Reinstalling it, resealing it. I've seen some videos on YouTube and just want to give it a try. If not, I'll just call a fucking professional out and replace the window. But yeah, that's ultimately what we're doing. I do have a new glove box to go with the new dash. It's brown, but again, I'm going to be painting that. I'm also going to do a video on how to restore these vinyl panels that make up the dashboard and the B pillar here and the kick panel and all that. I'm gonna do a series of videos showing you guys how to do that as well, and
Speaking of brown, fuck green, go brown.
Okay, Robin Williams. I think while I have the interior tour apart, I might even take the pedal kit out for the clutch and the brake and go through and fix that all up. I do have a new hood latch release that'll go in place, and I do have a new parking brake pedal. And the reason why is this parking brake pedal, this part right here that releases it when it's applied is seized. Can't get it moving. The rod's bent. Somebody's attempted it. But the parking brake does work. You push the pedal down, but it just comes back up. So, in a sense, it half works.
Yeah, it's got 1 foot power.
Yeah, so that's going to have to be replaced. I got a new one, pulled that from a salvage yard as well. That's going to be replaced. I got a new fuel tank selector switch. Honestly, I don't think it needs to be replaced, but I got one with the...
We got like 3 extras.
With the replacement panel there, so that's just gonna replace it.
Is all this carpet gonna get ripped out?
Yeah, I already said that. All this old carpet, nasty ass carpet's being ripped out. There's no saving it, so it's all gonna be ripped out, and we're gonna. Yeah, I'm actually tempted not to put any more carpet or even vinyl padding back in there and just rhino line the damn thing. It's tempted to. If my floor pans are good. Doesn't need any rust repair.
Hey, it's rust resistant, scratch resistant, and it cleans up nicely.
Yeah, I'll probably just put some rhino liner down and reinstall the seat. Call it good.
The nice thing is if you don't like the color, you can always paint it.
Yeah, so that's basically what I'm going to do. Other things I'm going to attempt to do where I don't have electricity here to do any sort of other body work and repair. And the fact that even if I did, my welder wouldn't be able to... weld through this. Trust me, I've tried welding some stuff on my father-in-law's truck before. He decided to be a complete jackass and take over my damn marriage. Anyway, another thing we found in the salvage yard is all the owner information, all the
original documentation.
Open it up. Let's show them what this all came with from Ford. See, Ford F-Series 1990 owner's guide. That stuff don't apply to the truck.
This is from the other truck.
Yeah, that all came from the other truck. But I guess from Ford, when you bought these trucks brand new in the late 80s, early 90s, it come with this owner's manual, which shows everything you need for the truck. We got a 150 through 350 Super Duty and Bronco maintenance schedule and record log. The F-Series operating guide. And the Ford Electronic Sound System 1990. See, all this information applies to my truck. Everything applies to my truck. So, having this documentation, though, it's not original that came exactly with this truck, this specific truck, but this is the same documentation that would come with any F-Series or Bronco in 1990. So having this, what is actually kind of a gold mine for this truck, though they're not rare. They never have been. All right, these are very common trucks, but still having this information for this truck is definitely helps out. And I actually want to try to find the manufacturer's build sheet buried somewhere within that interior for the truck as well. So that way I could have that original if the truck still has it. But this particular dent and crack right here, if my phone will focus, a lot of you body guys out there are probably going to yell at me for this, but just as a temporary, and I am saying temporary repair, I want to actually see if I can pop that dent out, braze that crack back together. Yes, I did say braze, using actual brazing rod and a gas torch, just to braze that back in, to fill it in so we don't get any more moisture in there, paint some primer over it just to seal it for now, and then when I have the ability, when I eventually get a house and get into my own garage, to actually do this right. That's what I want to do for now, just so that way that's sealed, it doesn't rust out anymore. Just kind of, like I said, a temporary repair for the cab. It's not a permanent one, it's a temporary one. All right, I don't know how temporary, but it's a temporary. So other than that, this video is getting close to 20 minutes. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to download this. So if I have to, I'll have to redo this video, but we'll see. But that's just kind of an update on this project and an update on the Bronco project, to which I'm no longer doing. So I do apologize for my foul language against certain people in my life. But if you guys were here and saw the situation, you would probably be saying the same thing too. But again, I apologize for that stuff being said. I still have ill feelings toward the situation. It seems how it just happened a little while ago. So, which forced me to actually be in a storage shed while doing this. So anyway, you all enjoy, and I will see you on my next video, which will be restoring those headlights. Cheers.